In this video, we're going to talk about how to simplify cube roots. So we're going to work on a few example problems. Let's try these. The cube root of 8, the cube root of negative 27, and then negative cube root 125, and then negative cube root negative 64. So let's start with the first one. What is the cube root of 8? So what number, let's call that number x, times itself 3 times is equal to 8? Well, we know that 2 times 2 times 2 is equal to 8. So the cube root of 8 is 2. So based on that, what is the cube root of negative 27? So what number times itself 3 times is negative 27? Well, we know that 3 times 3 times 3 is equal to positive 27. And negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 is negative 27. So the cube root of negative 27 is negative 3. Now let's move on to the next example problem. What is negative of the cube root of 125? Well, let's focus on just the cube root of 125. What does that equal? So what number times itself 3 times is 125? The 5 gives you a clue. 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. We can also represent this as an exponent. This is equal to 5 to the third power. An exponent tells you how many times you're multiplying a number by. So exponents, you can think of it as repeat multiplication. So 5 to the third is 125, therefore the cube root of 125 is 5. So if we put a negative in front of that, this is just going to equal negative 5. And so that's the answer for the third example. Now what about the last one? Negative cube root negative 64. So what number multiplies or multiplied by itself 3 times is negative 64? Well, we know that 4 times 4 is 16 times 4, that's positive 64. So negative 4 multiplied 3 times, or negative 4 to the third power, that's going to be negative 64. So the cube root of negative 64 is negative 4, but we do have this negative sign on the outside, so we need to add it here. And whenever you have two negative signs together, they will cancel, giving us positive 4. So that's the answer for the last example problem. Now what about these two examples? Simplify the cube root of 16 and the cube root of 375. Because these numbers, they're not perfect cubes, so we need to do something else here. If you want to pause the video and try this problem, feel free to do that. Now what we need to do is write down the perfect cubes. 1 to the third power is 1. 2 to the third power, that is 2 times 2 times 2, is 8. So 8 is a perfect cube. 3 to the third power, or 3 times 3 times 3, is 27. That's another perfect cube. 4 to the third is 64. 5 to the third power, that's 125. 6 to the third power is 216. 7 to the third power is 343. 8 to the third power is 512. 9 to the third power is 729. And finally, 10 to the third power, that's 10 times 10 times 10, that's 1,000. When simplifying cube roots, you rarely ever have to go beyond 10 to the third power. So this will be enough to solve the problems in this video. So let's start with the cube root of 16. In order to simplify this, you want to pick one of the perfect cubes listed here that goes into 16. So in this case, this would be 8. 16 divided by 8 is 2. So we can represent 16 as being 8 times 2. Now we know that the cube root of 8 is equal to 2. So our final answer is going to be 2 times the cube root of 2. And so that's how we could simplify expressions that look like that. Now, based on this example, go ahead and try this one. So what perfect cube goes into 375? If you see a 5, chances are it's 125. So what you want to do is take 375 and divide it by 125. If you get a whole number, then you know that it's a multiple of 125. It works. 375 divided by 125 is 3. So we can represent 375 as 125 times 3. Now we know that the cube root of 125 is 5. So the final answer is going to be 5 times the cube root of 3. Now for the sake of practice, so that we get good with this, let's work on some other examples. Try these two. Simplify the cube root of 108 and then the cube root of 2000. Go ahead and try those two example problems. So 108 is a multiple of which of the perfect cubes there? Which one would you say? Well, it has to be less than 125, so it's one of these. If you take 108 and divide it by 8, you're going to get 27 over 2, or 13.5. So that doesn't work. If you take 108 and divide it by 27, you're going to get 4. So this is the perfect cube that we want to use. So we're going to write this as the cube root of 27 times the cube root of 4, because 27 times 4 is 108. Now we know that the cube root of 27 is 3. So the answer is going to be 3 times the cube root of 4. Now moving on to the next example, we can see that 2000 is clearly a multiple of 1000. So we can break down 2000 into 1000 multiplied by 2. Now the cube root of 1000 is 10. So the answer is going to be 10 times the cube root of 2. Here's some other examples that you could try. Go ahead and simplify 3 times the cube root of negative 432, and then negative 5 times the cube root of 1024. Go ahead and work on those examples. So 432 is a multiple of which perfect cube? 432 is twice the value of 216. So what we're going to do is we're going to break down negative 432 as negative 216 times positive 2. Now we know that the cube root of negative 216 is negative 6. So this is going to be 3 times negative 6 times the cube root of 2. So the final answer is going to be negative 18 times the cube root of 2. And so that's it for that example. Now moving on to the next one, the cube root of 1024. 1024 is a multiple of 512. It's 2 times 512. So we can write negative 5 times the cube root of 512 and then times the cube root of 2. The cube root of 512 is 8 because 8 to the third is 512. So it's negative 5 times 8 times the cube root of 2. So the final answer is going to be negative 40 times the cube root of 2. And so that's it for that example. Now for the sake of practice, let's try a harder problem. So let's say we have 2 times the cube root of 81 and then plus 7 times the cube root of 24 minus 4 times the cube root of 192. Go ahead and simplify this expression. So let's start with the cube root of 81. 27 is a multiple of 81. If you take 81 divided by 27, it's going to give you 3. So we can break down 81 as 27 times 3. Now moving on to the next one, 24 is 8 times 3. So we're going to write the cube root of 24 as the cube root of 8 times the cube root of 3. Now 192. 192 is a multiple of 64. If you take 192 and divide it by 64, you're going to get 3. So we can write this as the cube root of 64 times the cube root of 3. Now the cube root of 27 we know is 3. And then the cube root of 8, that's going to be 2. The cube root of 64 is 4. So this is what we now have. Now let's multiply. 2 times 3 is 6. And then we have 7 times 2, which is 14. And then finally, negative 4 times 4, which is negative 16. Now the last thing that we need to do here is that we need to add the coefficients. So imagine if you had 6x plus 14x minus 16x. This would be 6 plus 14, which is 20, minus 16, that would be 4. So you would get 4x as your final answer. In this case, x is like the cube root of 3. All we need to do is add the coefficients. That's 20 minus 16, that's 4. And then just rewrite the cube root of 3 as part of the answer. So that's going to be the final answer for this example problem. It's 4 times the cube root of 3. Now for those of you who want another example like this one, you could try this problem. So let's say we have 4 times the cube root of 600 minus 7 times the cube root of 40, and then plus 6 times the cube root of 5,000. Go ahead and try that one. By the way, I want to make a slight correction. It should be 625 and not 600. So go ahead and try it now. 625 is a multiple of 125. If you divide 625 by 125, you're going to get 5. And so we can replace the cube root of 625 with the cube root of 125 times 5. Now what about the cube root of 40? What can we replace that with? 40 is a multiple of 8. It's 8 times 5. So we can write this as the cube root of 8 times the cube root of 5. So notice that the common radical that we're getting is the cube root, let me say that again, the cube root of 5. Which means at the end we're going to be able to add or subtract like terms. Now 5,000 is 1,000 times 5. Which is good that we get this. So we can combine this into a single expression if it doesn't cancel out to 0. Now the cube root of 125 is 5. My 5s are terrible looking. And the cube root of 8 is 2. And then the cube root of 1,000 is 10. So we have 4 times 5, which is 20, minus 7 times 2, which is 14, and then 6 times 10, which is 60. So now let's simplify this. 20 minus 14 is 6. And 6 plus 60, this is going to be 66. So the final answer is 66 times the cube root of 5. So now you know how to simplify cube roots and even perform operations with them. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you found this to be helpful, but thanks for watching.